Southgate, Los Angeles, California. We have Jazoe Da Juggernaut, an MC and entrepreneur. He has a clothing brand called Knack Ink, and he's released a series of projects recently. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about his work ethic, his clothing line, and all of his new music. Let's bring him in.
Brother,
My brother, what an honor to have you on, my bro. How you feeling?
feeling amazing, man. I am feeling amazing, and it's an honor to be on, man. Real
Thank
tough.
you, my brother. Thank you so much. You've had an incredible series of projects that you've been releasing, since about September of 2024 up until now. Steady music coming on, real active. Talk to us about some of these projects. Why don't we start with the most recent, which was Impetus? Tell us about this project Impetus that you just released in December.
So, it's funny because Impetus, is actually a album that's just been sitting.
Wow.
Um, this project is about, I want to say, roughly 4 years old.
Wow.
Um, and yeah, it's just been sitting in the chamber, and I dropped I dropped the seminar, um
Yeah.
and after that I was just like, you know what, I gotta get this music out. And
Yeah.
Impetus is really, like, really close to the heart as far as a lot of the stuff I speak about in it, so it was more of a diary to me.
Yeah.
So it was real personal. I did release a couple of music videos off of a couple of songs on there.
Hmm.
um but yeah, after I put out the seminar, I just decided to start, releasing more music. And that was one of the projects that had been sitting there. It's produced by Jimi Kendrix out of Harlem.
Dope.
And it's just something that we've been working on for a while, man. And I just felt it was time to put it out. I've been pushing my music a lot more lately. So that was just a part of it, just getting it out, man. I'll be holding on to a lot of music. My family tells me, like, man, you got mad music, like, just put it out. And to me, I guess, when you listen to your own music for so long, it's
Yeah.
old. Like, it's
Yeah.
old to me. And so me putting it out is like, I'm giving people old music, but then they're like, yo, people have never even heard the music, so it's
Right.
not old. Um, so yeah, man, that's how that project came out. Like I said, that project is about 4 to 5 years old. We could probably, yeah, about 4 to 5 years old. And it's just been stuff, man, that's just been sitting there, and again, I just wanted to get it out, man.
Yeah, because there's a difference between Impetus and the Seminar. The Seminar felt like an album that was put together like an album, like a formulated album. Some people, Impetus felt more like you were ready to start releasing. You know what I mean? And it wasn't. It's hard to kind of describe it because it's dope. It's a dope album. It's not that it's not dope, but it wasn't like
It's
the
better.
rollout. Yeah, it's more sporadic. The Seminar had like a beginning, end, and completely put together with the music videos also and the featurings and like a whole rollout. And then once that was loose, it's like you started getting busy, right?
Right.
Um, and then Impetus came. Do you feel that you were like in a different like emotionally and lyrically and just the content of Impetus
Complete.
versus the Seminar? Yeah, what's the difference between those?
So the difference is, I've been in fashion, and doing clothing and all that for 15, 16 years, as far as like my own brand. And that was really what my focus was on. And I've always had put fashion over music, because
Yeah,
that was really, like, my thing, is my thing. It's fashion, and the brand, and just clothing, sneakers, all that. Um, when I really started, to do music, I had connected with Jimi Kendrix. I was doing those coast to coast
yeah,
showcases, and I went to Miami, and I went on a yacht party, and I had met Jimi Kendrix on that. and we just were discussing, my clothing brand, the movement where I was heading to. Discussed it. I was working on some music. Um, After that, we connected. He sent me a beat. He sent me a couple beats. I liked one, which is we created the song that's called Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Um, so we got that one in, and then after that, we just decided, to start working. But I was really still focused on my clothing brand, so it
Yeah.
wasn't really like me trying to get into the music. Then I ended up opening a store. Once I opened my store, that's where all my attention was at. So it was like being over here all day, and then got a couple hours or something, I'll hop over here and try to work on music. But my focus wasn't there. And it was more of me gonna be putting out just singles, just songs here and there,
Right.
just to kind of push what I'm doing. Um, so when I decided to throw it all in one album, that's why it's exactly the way it is, because it wasn't intended to be in an album. It was
Yeah.
just for me to be working with Jimmy. It's also has a couple tracks that are produced by Harles Mack, from Virginia. Um, so he has a couple tracks on there, and that's all it was just me working on some singles. And then he said, "Yo, let's just throw it in an album." Um, Excuse me. So I decided to throw it in an album, but again, I knew the way it was put together wasn't formulated correctly. So I really didn't even have the like. I want to put this out in
Yeah.
in an album. So it just sat there. And that's the way that went. But the difference between that and the seminar is the seminar came with a long conversation with XP, the marksman.
Yeah.
Um
The legendary XP the Marksman.
Man, that's why I had to go back and say XP the marksman. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes. So me being a part of Mijo Music, he's like, come on, Mijo, like if we're gonna roll this out, we're gonna roll it out.
Yeah.
So in all honesty, the direction of releasing it is me being honestly under XP's wing,
Yeah.
and him I mean, it is what it is, teaching me
Yeah.
exactly how to roll out a project the correct way. And that's why
Because he
we
has so much
continue to business.
experience.
We came out with the boxes,
Wow.
a merchandise box, got the Miho on it.
Oh, that's
We
so
came out,
dope.
with just the CD, hard drives, and that was him having conversations with me, and me being a creative. I started just looking for how can I get my creativeness into the music creativeness, and put these two together. So
Yeah.
that's when I decided, like, well, if I'm already doing clothing and fashion,
Yeah.
then let's make the shirts.
Oh, that's
So the
dope.
shirt has the album on it. Um, and that's when it just started going crazy. And then I'll tell him, look, look, look. And he's like,
Now you're thinking. Now you're
now you got
connecting.
it.
Now you're connecting one aspect of your creativity with another aspect. You're bringing them together. What the boxes, was it just a box that was like for keepsakes, or did the box come loaded with stuff?
So the box came, obviously the box with the album cover. It came with the t-shirt.
Wow.
It came with the CD. It came with the hard drive.
Wow.
And it also came with some stickers. And
So
I only made 50 of them.
wow.
And that's all I'm ever gonna make. I still have a couple left, but it was really, really what it was for. Um, and I kind of took this out of something that Nipsey Hussle did,
Yeah.
and that was when he released his album and he sold it for $100, and
Yeah.
everybody was like $100, like, and I was like, you know what? This is gonna be for the people that really rock with me. If you
Well, imagine those people for Nipsey who have that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, that piece of history.
Exactly, and that's the way. While I said working with XP and all that, that's the way I actually started to start thinking. Yo, this is something that if you're gonna do this, and me being a hip hop person and me loving music and going to concerts and understanding everybody likes something tangible to take with them, something to hold, something to store. I could probably tell you I'm one of the biggest collectible hoarders that there is. Yeah.
Me too.
So, sometimes I open something, I'm like, all right, I don't know why, but it's something to hold. So what I wanted to do was give beyond a CD, or I wanted to something where someone could put it up and be like, yo, I got this, and there's only 50 of them made.
That's right.
And the difficult part was, oh, how much am I going to charge for this box?
Yeah.
Um, and I said, you know what? Why am I stressing over this? Nipsey sold it for 100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell my box for 100.
That's
And the
dope.
first thing that came to my head when I thought that was like, bro, ain't nobody gonna buy you for $100 until the first one sold,
That's dope.
and then the next one, and then the next one, and then I was like, yo, wait, hold on, you're doubting yourself,
Yeah.
you know, and that's just like how it just started to build the box and continue and understand, just understand um the the music is one part, but it's people connecting with you and people having something that they could be like, look, I got
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Um, so that's what we came out, and then again, that's why you can see the difference between Impetus and the seminar, because the seminar was really a thought out process. It was really me. See, so from the store to doing the music, like I said, I was more into the store, and I wasn't really pushing my music aspect side of me,
Yeah.
because I had I had this conversation with Thurston Howe the other day. Music has always been in my life. Like I tell people,
Yeah.
my first concert that I ever went to was in 1989,
That's a minute.
and it was Beastie Boys and Run DMC.
Wow.
And I asked my mom if I could go to that concert, because back then she was younger and she was hanging out with a family, and their kids were DJs and b-boys, all the brothers and sisters.
Wow.
So as I was going to their house, you go to your parents friend's house and you just kind of hanging out with other kids, but they were all b-boying and DJing. So I was playing, listening, and watching, and that's just how it got into me. um
That's
and
so
their
crazy.
name was Joe. Joe and Marlene. They're kids, and they were into it, and that's just how, like, hip hop. So it was just always just into me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's hip hop.
That
So
Run DMC Beastie Boys, that might have been the Tougher Than Leather tour.
I was so young. I don't know what tour it was, but I know I went, and I know Ren DMC came down in this UFO on the stage. How, I have no idea.
That's so
But the doors
crazy.
opened and green laser beams started flying out, and they came down with the leathers and the Adidas, and I said, you know what? I want to be a part of
Yeah.
this.
I'm gonna do this.
But as the culture,
Yeah.
so I've always, and I don't consider it like dressing hip hop,
Yeah.
or like but I always dressed how I dressed, which was
Yeah.
always hip hop. Um, it, I'm in graffiti. Like my whole life has just been hip
Yeah.
hop, without the element of um being a rapper, being an MC.
Interesting.
That didn't come until way later in life, and that's what me and Thurston were speaking about. And over the last 20, I closed my store in 2019.
Yeah.
A lot of things were a part of that, but another part of that, me closing my store, was saying, you know what, I'm gonna really push this music.
Yeah.
I have something, and this is one thing in my life that I haven't pushed.
Interesting.
I wanted a clothing brand. I got a clothing brand.
Yeah.
I wanted a store. I ended up with 3 stores. I'm
Wow.
doing graffiti. I wanted to be one of the hardest. I am one of the hardest. Like,
Wow.
but this aspect, I never did. And the funny part is, when I was younger, me and my brother, we used to hustle in the streets, and my friends were actually rapping at that time.
Wow.
I wasn't. I was around them. I wasn't rapping. And one time, so they used to freestyle, and I would like freestyle with them, but like about food or joking
Yeah.
around. But I wasn't
Yeah.
taking it seriously. I would just do it. And one day they said, "Why don't you hop on a song?" And I was like, "Man, I don't rap." And I
Right.
did. And I remember it was like hopped in an all black Impala S. Like it was this whole, and everybody was like, "Yo, that's whack." And I was like, I was like, all right, bet. Like, I don't rap anyways. Like, I just did it, and then that was it. I never touched it again
Wow.
until later on in life. And that was probably about, if you go on my YouTube, that's probably like nine years ago. I posted like my first YouTube of posting music, and that was a friend of mine was working on an album, and he remembered from back in the day. He's like, remember that verse? And I was like, yeah, you guys said it was whack. And he's like, I never said that. I thought it was fresh. He said, they were hating on you. And I said,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I wonder. So he said, hop on my album. And I'm like,
Oh.
man, I said, that was a long time ago. I don't rap. So he's like, man, just hop on one song. So I did. And then he told me, yo, that's fire. Hop on another one. So I ended up being on 4 tracks on his album. When he rolled that out, he started coming to me, yo, people are asking
Who's
who
that?
you are.
Yeah, who's
Who's
that?
that? And he said, I think you should keep going. And that is when I started the real journey, but I still hadn't had the passion for it up until these last few years,
Wow.
that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing all of these. I'm gonna take off all these
Yeah.
hats, and I'm gonna put this one on, and I'm gonna go. And
Wow.
that's where it's been. And now being around people like XP, people like Thirst, people
Yeah.
like
Bunch of legends. I mean, come on. I mean, that's like heavyweights.
heavyweights. And we have conversations, and you know um even on the West Coast, Compton Big to the Boy, Glasses Malone,
Yeah.
I have these conversations with people, and it's just like, now I'm soaking it all in. I'm
Yeah.
learning, and I'm not only am I learning, I'm putting it to use, but not how I'm being told, but how would it work for me, or how can I take this, because it worked for you, that don't mean it's gonna work for me. So how can I, kind of do whatever I need to do to stay in my lane, to create my own person of who I
Yeah.
am in this hip hop. And that's just where my journey's been right now, man. And I'm actually loving it. I'm
Yeah.
actually loving it.
Yeah. You've had an amazing like last 6 to 12 months where you've been releasing a series of projects. We talked a lot about fashion and how that's played such a big part of your life. You have a clothing brand. Can you talk to us about your clothing brand and fashion?
So my clothing brand is called Knack Ink. It's funny because I have a second job, and a little old lady, I was wearing a hoodie yesterday, and a little old lady, she just, what does your sweater say? And I told her it's Knack Ink, and she asked me, what is that? So Knack Ink, tell you the way it started. Um, my son, um, he's 25 now. When he was younger, about 15, 16 years ago,
Yeah.
um, he was really into skateboarding, and he was trying to get sponsored, and his frustration level was just rising and rising,
Yeah.
um in that process, of because he was hanging around with all the top
Hmm.
skaters. He was working at a skate shop in Huntington Park called Mainline.
Wow.
He was in there, but he just couldn't get
Hmm.
to that point of getting sponsored by anybody. And I told him one day, like, shit, let's just start our own thing. What? I don't want to be, I want to be a part of this over. And I'm like, yeah, but let's start our own thing. That way we get you motivated. I'm gonna buy your shoes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
sponsor you. I'm gonna do
That's dope.
everything that a sponsor would do, everything that you're trying to achieve, I'm gonna just do it for you. And of course, as a young kid, he's like, new board, new shoes, new, like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, well, you break. So we ended up saying, okay, let's do it. And I had a buddy with me in the room that day when we first had this conversation, and he was hyped because he's an artist too. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna start creating logos and we're gonna do this, but okay, what's the name? Like, we're so excited, we haven't even come up with a name yet.
Yeah, I got the whole brand, but you don't have the name yet.
Yeah, no day. Like, what are we gonna design? And so it took us a while. And one day he came and he goes, "How about Knack?" I was like, that didn't even like excite me. Like, what do you mean Knack? And I said, what does it even mean? And he says, when you have a knack for something.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, a natural or an acquired skill. And I said, we have that as artists.
Mm-hmm.
My son has that as a skateboarder. I have it as a graffiti. There's a lot of things about me, like, I get it. And that's something we could roll out to others, because being a mechanic is a knack. Being a race car driver is a knack.
Yeah.
Being a Olympic swimmer is a knack. Like, that ties into like being able to push this to people and have them gravitate to that.
Yeah.
The ink part came from simple, the process of silk screening,
Yeah.
drawing. My friend used to draw with a pen all the time. He used to always slap hands if he saw somebody drawing with a pencil. He would say that's cheating. He would always say draw with a pen because you can't erase, so you got to be on point. So that's where the ink came from. So we just said, hey, we're gonna put Knack Ink together, and we gonna just run with it. It took a long time for us to really be like, yo, we like this. But we did. So after that, we came up with the logo, which is a simple, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a simple K with a drip.
Yeah.
We came up with the logo, and we started spray painting it on my son's skateboard, and we were hitting the skate parks every single day. And since he was good at skating at the skate parks, he was starting to get attention at these skate parks now. Yeah. And now all these other kids were asking, yo, what's that on your board? And what's that shirt you're wearing? And what is that? I want one of those shirts. So that's when we started really starting to push the brand and rolling out actual shirts. And over the years, he got older. He ended up breaking legs, arms.
Right.
He's like,
skateboarding's tough, man. Skateboarding.
He said, I'm done.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to break no more, but I'll ride around on a cruiser board, but I'm not doing nothing no more. At that time, I was already starting to pursue the music. So I was constantly wearing the clothing. I haven't purchased up to the last few years. I've been heavily back on my low again.
Yeah.
But
it's addictive. There's infinite pieces, bro.
Man, but I haven't purchased clothing brands since I started the brand.
Wow.
So everybody knew me as wearing. People were calling me, "Yo, Knack Ink," and I would get frustrated. Like, my name's Jazoe, but then I just be like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like, yeah, Knack Ink, whatever. So I was always wearing it. So when I started doing shows, I was wearing it.
Yeah.
Traveling, I was wearing it. Going through New York, and people stopping me, "Yo, what's that on your shirt? What is that?" And I'm like, okay, you know what? We got something, because people don't even know what it means or what it is, but the visual, the colors, and all that is catching on. I've always been into clothing and fashion as a little kid. My mom used to dress me up. My mom back in the 80s when I was younger, like, she would have, that's when they had the little small little basketball shorts, and the little the high socks,
Yeah, everything was young.
Yeah, everything.
You had to try to really buy things baggy.
Yeah, but my mom always kept me clean and nice. She always taught me how to match your clothes. Yeah. How to iron, my mom was the one that really got me into I would say she's really the one that got me into clothing and looking nice.
That's dope.
So as I started getting older, junior high, high school, that's when the fashion started kicking in. Everybody was wearing what they were wearing. That's when it was like cross colors, call canai, jabos, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and it was all hip hop. So I was like, this is what I gotta be wearing.
Yeah.
Um, and that's just like as it as life just went. It's been a lifestyle of mine.
Yeah.
Um, so me starting my own brand, that just falls right into it. Like, it's cool to me. It's cool to like wear something until you go to the mall and you see like four people wearing it too, and I'm like, like, or a party, and I'm like, man, like, so
Mm-hmm.
creating my own always stood me out,
That's dope.
and that's just been something I like. As far as developing the clothing brand, um, a big part of mine is color schemes.
Yeah.
Um, that's 99% of my clothing brand is color schemes. Me creating these color schemes. Now, one thing a lot of people don't know about me, I actually am a college graduate. I graduated from college. I have my AA in arts, sign
Dope.
graphics, visual communication. Um,
Dope.
I took color theory classes. I took
Wow.
I took logo design classes. I took sign painting class. I took a lot of airbrushing, everything, all
Wow.
art related. So my color schemes, when people be like, "How did you mix a light pink with a lime green,
Yeah.
neon?" Like, well, because I learned which colors actually can go with each other.
Wow.
Um, and being with graffiti, graffiti, we throw the most random. You get some scraps, but you make it work,
Yep.
and that's everything that I put into my clothing brand. Being in the sneakers, I was able to now take sneakers and design. I do a lot of one-on-ones,
Oh,
so design for a sneaker. So if you got a favorite sneaker that you got in your closet, you gonna hit me up, and I'm gonna create something for you, just like a canvas piece. Um,
that's dope.
but fashion is just it's always been my thing. My son, he's getting older. He's 6 years old, and I got him already on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fashion is just it's just always been something with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And LA is such a dope place for that too because there's so many places that you can get paints, embroidery, materials. There's lots of companies for, short runs, 50 pieces, 100 pieces. So LA is a really dope place for all of that.
Definitely, definitely. And I do besides the embroidery, I do like I said, I do one of one, so a lot of it is like heat press, stuff
Mhm.
like that. But I got my plotter here. I do all my designing, I do all my cutting, I do all my applying. I do all the work. Unless it's embroidery stuff, then I send to one of my boys. But besides that, it's all me, man. I love the process. Um, Sometimes people get frustrated because a hoodie might take 2 months, but like I tell them, like, bro, I've been staring at this blank hoodie for like 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with it yet, and then something will click, and then you'll have it the next day.
That's
And
dope.
um, like I said, it's just like a canvas piece to me. I treat all my clothing brand like a canvas piece.
If somebody
So
wanted a one of one, somebody wanted some sneakers, or somebody wanted a Knack Ink, what's the right way for them to, contact you and kind of go about that?
before, I was very accessible. I had 3 stores.
Yeah.
You could go to the store at any time and find me there and have that conversation with me. Um, Somebody told me a while back, "You're too accessible,"
Mm, mm,
and I didn't understand what they meant until they started speaking to me about certain brands, whether it be a clothing brand,
yeah.
a car brand, certain restaurants, clubs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not everybody could get into that club.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody could buy that Ferrari. Not everybody could, like, it's not
Yeah.
for everybody. And my thing was like trying to get the whole world to wear my brand. And I think that's where my frustration was starting to kick in. And my buddy had caught on to that, and he's like, bro, it's because you're trying to like have the whole world.
Mm.
Like, find your core, and that's it. So now, you can't find me at a store. I do have an online, but there's not. You can't like order clothes on it. It's more music. I have a couple little things on there. And I always tell people, if you want it, you'll find a way. Whether it be a simple DM in my message, like if you want something, especially in 2025, you could find. So but I mean, they could DM me. So this year I am gonna start pushing the clothing brand out again. I will only be dropping certain pieces in so many sizes and so many. I am going to be adapting. I don't know if the word is correct, but the attitude of we're not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. Um, I am actually going to whether how people feel about it or not, it is what it is. I'm actually going, and we're working on an application process. Where we're gonna head for. There'll be some stuff you could buy, and then there's gonna be some members only stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
And that's me incorporating that exclusivity that I was told and that I'm seeing. Like, it's a lifestyle. And even though it's something that anybody would want, like, yo, I want my t-shirt on the whole world, like a Nike, you just want the whole world to wear it.
Right.
But the way I feel so dear to my brand, I would like that, but I would also like my brand to be pushed in the way that I would push it, or that I would like it to be pushed. Meaning, it is what it is. I like to dress fly. So if you wearing my stuff, like, I want you to look fly too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I want, like, it's just what I want. You know what I'm saying? So I know that road is going to be a critiqued one. Because I've already heard it, like, who do you think you are, the one? And I'm like, yo, I'm what it
Jazoe Da
is.
Juggernaut. You
Yeah,
better
like,
find out.
who are you to tell me that I'm not? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I'm at. But I mean, I have the online store on Big Cartel, which is Knack Ink clothing. I will be having some stuff there. You can come in, son. I'm a full-time daddy. Come here, Papa.
Absolutely.
Say what's up to everybody. So I do have stuff like my Chuck Taylor's hats. Got the blue ones. I got a red one. We have black. And then we have the classic Knack Ink K with the Knack Ink on the sides. Got them in different colors. That is on the online store. And again, I will be dropping like the single color, the single color logo, t-shirts and hoodies. One thing I learned, somebody I seen in the video, somebody said, any advice for up and coming. One thing, up and coming clothing brand. One thing that I learned, which is it's in our faces. That is with everything. That is very important with the clothing brand. Obviously, is branding. And that was a big part of Knack Ink. Is a number one. It's not an easy name to remember. Number two, I have friends that have been with me since day one, and they still call it all kind of. I'm like, well, how do you not Knack Ink, bro? Like, Knack Ink, Ink. They're like coming up with all this stuff, and I'm like, do you even care? But the thing I did learn is, with the branding, is just like the Woo W, just like the Nike symbol, just like the Adidas leaf, just like anything. It's something quick where you just see it and it's recognizable. And all my brand has been the K in your face. And that was me branding and brain, like that song that plays on the radio every hour on the hour, like it's that brainwash. It's it's that brainwashing. So what I will be doing is dropping the single K logo on the hats, on the hoodies, just to be pushing it out. And like I said, the members only is going to be the more intricate, other type of stuff that'll come. So yeah, man, I just the fashion is just what's up, Papa? It's just a part of me. It's something I love, man. It's always been a passion for me. But now we on the music, and so I have an addictive personality, and I know you did hear my story, partial of my story. And for people that when I say I have an addictive personality, for people that are watching that don't know me,
Yeah.
um, my story is a story of a lot of pain, a lot of destruction, self-destruction,
Yeah.
and even more destruction to others, family members, friends. Um, at one point in life, I was very heavy in drug abuse. Um, Me and my family at one point were living in downtown LA on Skid Row
Wow.
for 9 years.
Wow.
Um, in a hotel where we were living off of food stamps, hotel vouchers, and GR, and I couldn't get I couldn't get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, go take them the stairs, or you can do it right here. Um, and when I say the addictive personality, obviously is the drug abuse.
Yeah.
Um, I was very heavy on meth for a very long time, and I lost a lot in that process, and it took a while to get to that process,
Yeah.
Um, so right now I've learned when I want a store, I got a store.
Yeah.
When I want something, I'm going to get it,
Mm.
and I'm gonna go hard until I do get it.
Yeah.
Why am I not putting that into the music?
Mm.
Why don't you take that addictive personality that you have and start getting addicted to the music?
Good. Good.
The same way you was getting high every day, get high off your music every day. Get high off a beat every day. People get bothered. Yo, did you hear my new project? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. Oh, you don't be listening to my music? I'm not gonna lie, I don't. I'm more of a person that listens to instrumentals.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me. Um, Getting addicted. That's the beats, the feeling that I get from beats. Um, I freestyle in the car when I'm by myself. And that's just me because I feel when I listen to other people's music, I start feeling like I like you're dope, and then I start feeling like I need to sound that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to avoid that. So my thing now is like just getting addicted to the music part, to the making music part, to the feeling of making, and getting into that addictive personality. And I tell people right now, I'm cooking. Let me cook. I'm cooking right now. You feel me? Because when I
Yeah.
get into that addictive nature of this music and where I want to go with this, is game over. Like
Mm-hmm.
and I'm saying it not to like I'm this dope person. No, I'm saying it because I know myself.
Yeah.
I know that whatever obsessive compulsive, addicted. Like it's once I'm on a path, it's over
Still.
until I get there, and that's where I'm at right now. So right now, the music, like you said, I dropped projects, um, the album No Title
Yeah.
with Product
Yeah.
Pistolas, that was him during this process of like, okay, I'll start doing music more. He's like, okay, let's start working. He's like, I want to get you right now, um, you know,
Yeah,
um,
that's a dope project. That's a really, really cool project that you guys did
thank
together. No Title with Product Pistolas,
and it's
who
all
who
produced by
who
him.
heavily involved in underground hip hop blog.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely. He's a good friend of mine, and that was him. Like, yo, come on, let's work. Let's work.
Your
Um,
voices sound really good together
thank
too.
you. And you know, that's my it's not funny. That's my old voice. And I say that because I'm still in the recovery process of it, but I had a vocal cord surgery um six, 7 months
Wow.
ago. Um I got a very so over time I got a real raspy smoker voice.
Wow.
I took it from smoking backwoods, 10 backwoods a day. And you know,
Yeah.
like I didn't I didn't think of it medically. I just thought like, yo, you're starting to get like a real. But then one day, my son, he saw an old video of me, and he starts laughing. What are you laughing at? He goes, your voice is funny. It's different, which was my voice before it started changing. So
Oh,
I said,
interesting.
let me, something's wrong. Let me go to the doctor. I started like at night, clearing my throat a lot. I couldn't sleep at night. I
Yeah.
was having problems starting to breathe at
Right.
night. I would wake up in like suffocation,
Yeah.
gasping for air, and I would have to like push my throat to be able to close, to like be able to gasp my, to get my air.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, you know what, something's wrong. Um, I went to the doctor. Um, ran those cameras down my throat. We found a lump on my vocal cords. So, your vocal cords are like in a V shape. There was a lump. So when you go to close, every
Yeah.
time you breathe, it wasn't allowing like a full, it was closing, but there
Yeah.
was gaps in there where it wasn't allowing me to fully close the throat.
Wow.
And that's why I was having these problems. And that's why, like I tell people, my voice was the way it was, like a guitar. You strum a guitar, and then you hit the neck, and then you get a whole different sound.
Yeah.
That's what was happening with that bump on my vocal cords. It wasn't allowing the vibrations, which is the voice I have now, recovered. It wasn't allowing my voice the full vibrations, and that's why it was the way it was. Um, so that project was like under that voice, and it's funny that you say that because now when that was happening, and after was the surgery time, everybody's like, what are you gonna sound like after? We like your
Yeah.
voice. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
I'm like, me too, but there's medical issues with this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I had gotten used to making music with already that issue with me,
Yep.
so I was altering my voice even more. And as artists, a big part of you liking your music is liking your voice.
Yeah.
So I had to get used to that voice change until I formed it more, until I liked it. Now after surgery, I tell my friends, like, it's a mental thing, because I hear myself and I'm like, I like it, but it's not me no more. Like,
You identify with the other voice.
you know, Straight Paper and Block Forever, they laugh at me. They call me a baby face voice. Like, they come up with all these.
Cause you used to have the raspy. Now your voice
Yeah,
is young.
yeah. So now they give me Billy D. Like, they call me all type of stuff. And I was just like, you guys are assholes.
It's funny.
But yeah, man. So that project with him. Also I dropped the project 710 Cell with Any
Yeah.
Means. The way that project came about, honestly, was him. Um, over the years of this journey of me saying I'm gonna do music, he was watching me in the back,
Yeah.
and again, I'm very transparent, and I'm very honest. And I say the truth. There's no need to like make shit up. In this process, and I was talking to my boy Tony Nario about this 2 days
Yeah.
ago. I was getting real frustrated, and I
Yeah.
was actually putting myself in a mental position of where I thought I should be, when I really wasn't putting in no work in this music. I really wasn't putting music out. I really wasn't taking it seriously. But in my head, I was.
Yeah.
And I felt I should have been getting more attention from here, or this person's not showing me love, or this podcast don't want to mess with me, or I was like this whole attitude that I had gotten into, and I was just like, real negative.
Mm.
And it was on my social media. It was all projected. And he contacted me one time. He's like, bruh, like, you're on a good one. Like, you need to chill. Like, you need to work.
Mm.
And he said, next time I'm at the studio, I'm gonna call you and we'll work on something, and we'll see what happens. Now he had met me a couple times, like in Las Vegas. Like I said, in that process, he had been watching me,
Yeah.
until this conversation. He had been watching me. He'd see me at a couple places, help me get into an event I couldn't get into. I was outside all mad. And he's like, man, let him in. They'll let me in. Until that one day, he's like, look, I've been watching you, bro. You're frustrated. I'm gonna help you. Let's work.
That's dope.
And I said, all right, bet. So he called me. And the way he works is like, right now, while me and you are talking, I might get a phone call and he's like, studio in an hour. And I'm like, bruh, like, I'm doing something right now. Like, I can't just go. And he's like, studio in an hour. Make it or don't. And I'm like,
Wow.
shit, okay. Well, send me the beat. Well, you'll get it when we get there. Like, what? Like,
Wow.
I can't even pre-write or have nothing. Like, I can't, like, what are we going to write about? I don't know yet. I'll tell you when we get there. And I'm like, all right, bet.
That's dope.
So went to the studio. We created, our first track together. And then he's like, all right, let's keep it going. And that first time was, I like working with people that I feel are at a higher caliber than me, that's been doing this longer than me, that I won't say more talented than me, but I view them as like, because of how long you've been doing this, with how your accolades and where you at. I look at you as above me. It's a respect thing for me. Like, you've been in this. I still call myself the rookie in this. So we go to the studio and we put the beat on and we start writing. We just get to it, and he's like, let's just keep going. We started building it. Then there's the same thing, creating visuals for everything.
Because you got a series of visuals for the project with Eddie Meads. You guys got like for a lot of the songs.
Yes, and that was him organizing all these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we're gonna go film this tomorrow. We're recording this today, and in 2 days we're gonna go film this. So boom, boom, and I think we did that full project, maybe 2 months, or something like that. And
you guys were really active. Like, you knocked out the whole project and all the visuals.
Very active, and I learned from him off of this. Of course, it is recent, but like I said, I take everything and I learn, and I put it to work. I learned a lot from him. I learned that I can go to the studio, because people send me stuff and it'll take me forever times to write stuff. And he will call me like, you got an hour? We're only got the studio for an hour. Here's the dude's making the beat right now. Like, we don't even have a beat. The dude's making the beat. Like, the dude, like,
he's cooking.
This is so
he's
unorganized.
Cooking the beat right now.
Yeah, like, this is unorganized. You know what I'm saying? And but it wasn't. It was organized in his head.
Yeah.
But that's just how he works. So it was a school for me, and it taught me how to think faster, work faster, write faster. Don't waste people's time. Time is money. Yeah. So you want to be in the studio 6 hours? Cool, be in the studio 6 hours. It's gonna cost you 6 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He taught me, one thing he told me too is, like, the music that you're doing, like, I know you could do. He's like, I know you could do better. You just need to start learning how to start doing certain things with music. But I know you could do better. And that was a part of him bringing me in studio, was to be able to teach me, or to help teach me, and be a part of me learning how to put songs together, as opposed to just going there and trying to rap. And he's like, nah, like, we're gonna do hook. We're gonna work on hooks. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do, like, really structuring a song and organizing it and putting it all together. So that's how we came up with the 710 South. He's from Cudahy. I'm from Southgate. So that's how we came up with the 710 South, because of the freeway that we share, our scenes share. And it was a real great experience working with him. We were able to get Glasses Malone on one of our songs called Wallow.
Yeah.
You know, and all that, everything was just like motivational for me, like to just keep going. And again, I just took every part of it, and now I know more how to create a song. A lot of times people were like, you know, the whole like, oh, you're commercial, or you're boom bap, or you're, which is like,
Right.
I get it, but I like the fact that I can do a quote unquote commercial sounding song,
Mm-hmm.
or I can go quote unquote boom bap bars. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm glad that I've been able to learn that, to become versatile with the
Yeah.
music, because I get more comfortable now. And now with the new voice, I be playing with Block. I be singing little things, and he's like, "Nigga, you sing now?" And I'm like, "Shit, hell
I
yeah,
got the
why
new
not?"
voice, new and improved. Yo, that's a really dope
Exactly.
story with about Any Means, man. Shout out Any Means, for helping out like that, and Prodac Pistolas too, who came in and you did that project with him. XP the Marksman
XP
with the
definitely.
seminar, you know what I'm saying? Like really dope project. I think people are curious. You got the new voice. You had a very busy 2024. What are you working on now? What do you got for us in 2025?
So right now, right before surgery, I was working on an album. It's called Lone Wolf.
I so
It's produced by SoCal. He's from Inglewood. He now lives on the East Coast. It's fully produced by him. He reached out to me. He has song. He's produced with XP. He's produced with a lot of people. He reached out to me and he said, "Yo, I want to work on this project with you." Um, he says, "I watch your Instagram. I watch you. You have a real story."
mm,
And he said, "What I want you to do is I want you to put all, all of that on these beats that I'm gonna send you." He
so
said, "I don't really want you to like. I know you can rap,
yeah,
but I want you to tell your story on this project. I want people to really know your struggles, what you've been through, how life's been for you, everything." And he was like, "And we're gonna call it Lone Wolf."
that's dope.
He said, "Because you do this shit all by yourself,
Mm,
even to the change in your life." He's like, "I'm watching you, bro. Like, on in this drug abuse part that I had in my life,
yeah,
um, I never did one day of counseling for it.
wow,
I never went to no rehab center. Literally, what happened was my family saying, 'We're done with you. It's
wow,
over.' My mom was gonna spend like 9 racks to put me in this rehab, like far in Palm Springs. And I was like thinking on the way there, like, yo, my mom's really about, like, it's that bad, yo. Like, it clicked. Fine, I
yeah,
knew it, but it really clicked.
yeah,
My mom's about to spend mad money for me to get fixed.
yeah,
Nah, that right there, I was like, nah, not gonna happen. Um, Came home, I probably slipped up, I ain't gonna lie, a couple times, and then after that,
yeah,
mad cold turkey. No help, no nothing. I just said, I gotta do this.
yeah.
And I've been clean 16, 17 years.
Congratulations,
Thank
brother. That's
you.
amazing. What kind
Um,
of life changes did you have to make to like really like not relapse?
I had to number one, get away from people.
Mm,
That was number one, getting away from people. Um, Number two was I won't say loving myself, but loving myself.
yeah,
In that time frame of being how I was, I completely lost
mm,
myself. I
mm,
destroyed every relationship with every person that I had, including myself. I knew who I was. I knew everything about me, but I wasn't that person no more. So I had to get back to that person. I went back to college just to get out.
Yeah.
Started taking a silkscreen class. And my buddies I had a couple buddies that would that they watched me in this whole time. They never did the drug.
Yeah.
But they were my buddies and they would be around when I would do it because I was either with their brother doing it or, so they would watch me, but they knew they'd be like, they'd catch me outside with their brother and then they'll come in the back and be like, man, get over here with me. And then they'll pull me in the room and like, we'll be painting in their room. And then their brother will come like, what are you doing in here? Like, yeah, I'm chilling with your brother. Like, why? Oh, because we're right here painting. Because my homies over here knew this is you over here.
Yeah.
Come over here. So in that process was like me at home in the garage painting for hours and hours and hours, just getting back to who I was.
Yeah.
That process was a very hard process, and I shouldn't say was because it is a very hard process.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you can still say I'm an addict because, like you say, once an addict, always an addict. Like it's in me. I could go places and smell like, ooh, someone's doing drugs. I could smell it.
The smell.
I know the smell, and it's a trigger.
Yeah.
But the thing is what is really the bigger picture in my life? Do I want to fall off and go do that, or do I want to continue on this positive path? Ask your mama. Because I don't know how to get it. On this positive path of
that right there. That's everything.
Exactly.
That's everything.
Exactly.
There's nothing more. If you do nothing else right, if you do that right, you lived a great life.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So the process is still a process, but as I continue to keep doing everything I do, like that's like the farthest thing in my mind now.
Yeah.
Which is actually a really great feeling, man. It is a great feeling. That shit took away so much from me.
Yeah, brother.
So
yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah.
And we came on to that because you were talking about the new album. And
I'm
this
sorry, the new
album
album.
this album is gonna bring your story. It's gonna bring your story more into it.
I have a song in there that is written to my I have a song on the Impetus album that's to my wife. It's a loving song.
Yeah.
This one on Lone Wolf is an apology.
Wow.
It's an apology to my daughter. It's an apology to my son, and it's an apology to my wife.
Wow.
For my family, they already know what I did.
Yeah.
For the listeners, it's gonna be intense.
Yeah.
Because I actually speak on the things that I did. And I mean, I'm talking about like, abuse to my wife. Like drugs fucks you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's an apology. And there's a couple songs that are on that album that are really dug deep into my soul. And a big part of what you did ask me right now, which is on this album, change comes with looking in the mirror and understanding that reflection that you see is really you. And once you can acknowledge and accept that person in the mirror and you don't want that reflection no more, then you start working on that. And that's what I do on a daily basis. People think I'm still on this old mind frame. Like, nah, like I know everything that I did to everybody. And that's why I can move on and be somebody, because I'm not, you guys don't have to be okay with me. You can still be mad. You can still not want to associate. That's fine. I get it. That's a part of fucking up. That's
Yeah.
a consequence.
Yeah.
But me, I'm not him no more. And you can't hold that over me no more. I've already accepted that reflection in the mirror. Now I could talk about it. I could make a song about it.
Yeah.
I could do anything about it. You can't say nothing to me. I already know who I am.
Yeah.
Or who I am and who I was.
Yeah.
So this album was very easy for me to put it out and not worry about what anybody's going to think about what they might hear. Because honestly, I'm not talking to you. Like I said earlier, it's my music's like a diary to me.
Yeah.
So you're getting to read a page or listen to a page out of my life
So
that most of the times I don't want to share with people, but who it's really intended for.
yeah.
It's there. It's just in a song form, so now everybody gets to hear
Yeah.
it. So there are a couple songs on that album that are like that. Now I do have some other songs on there where I do wild out on some hip hop shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You show them use your half pen will travel.
Yeah, so I got a few features on that album. Um all my low life brothers. So I got Sidney Poitier on that.
Mm-hmm.
I got Dan 07 on that. I got Straight Paper on that. I believe I have did I get Block on that? I did not get Block on that, but me and Block Forever got a couple tracks
So,
coming. I got Silver and Gold on that
oh man.
project. And what I was gonna say is so in the process of this project, my surgery came. The last track that I did not get to complete was the Silver and Gold track because I went into surgery immediately. Like they called me and said, "Yo, somebody changed their surgery date. Can you come in 2 days?" And I was just like, "I'm not supposed to go in for 5 months."
Wow.
So I said, "You know what? Let's just get it over with. Let's go. Let's get it over with." Um, so that last song was Silver and Gold. I got her verse. I got all her stems. It's hers. She's done. I just recently recorded mine a couple nights ago. And I just
Let's
told my
go.
engineer, it's my voice. Like I gotta get used to my voice. I'm not sure if it's
You
where I
got the
want
new
it.
voice. You
The
got the
new
new voice
voice.
on that.
But the project has my old voice on it. So that project, I'm sending him my stems at the end of the week. That project is gonna be coming soon. So 2025, we got Lone Wolf, produced by SoCal. Oh, XP the Marksman is on that also. I apologize. XP is on that project too. So 2025, I'm going in, man. Um, I got a track coming out, Paco Loco and Block Forever. Um, me Benny Blanco got some stuff lined up for me. I got a new song coming with Iceberg Snug that's out already. Yeah, I'm in go mode, man. 2025. Look, Jimmy's on there. Me and Jimmy, I hit him the other day, and I said, "Look, man, I'm ready. Let's go."
He said I
So we
better
gonna
be
have a
on there
new,
too.
yeah, we gonna have a new
He's
project
like, yo,
coming
you better
out.
not forget.
Yeah, yeah, he's on there too. Yeah, man, 2025, I'm going tough.
So
I just my first performance with my new voice, being able to, like I said, I'm still in recovery. I still have voice issues.
yeah,
My voice breaking or giving out on me. I have to always be drinking water because I get real dry throat. And
yeah,
once that happens, like it's over for me. But I just came back from Orlando for Thurston's birthday, performed at Thurston's birthday. He
yeah.
told me,
They had the West Coast invasion. They had
yeah,
Jazoe Da Juggernaut all over the flyer.
man, Thirst hit me. He gave me the opportunity. You know what I'm saying, man, and being low, and all that. It was an honor to go, for the general's birthday
Yeah,
and rock the stage, and I was very happy with that. With that performance, and the way I delivered. I was supposed to be going to Tampa in a couple months, but we had to go ahead and cancel that one for some unforeseen reasons. But yeah, man, 2025, man, we going in tough, man. I'm just doing shows. I just had a show this weekend in downtown LA at Grassroots. um we gonna go tough, man. I got a new that song called Jardinero
that
with
joint is so dope.
appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
with Tony Nadio, that joint is a banger. He
Appreciate
goes
that.
crazy. You go crazy
Thank
on it.
you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a visual coming for that
Yeah, I
soon.
was
Um,
gonna ask because you got other visuals, but that joint is such a dope song. I was like, where's the visual for this? So it's
okay,
coming.
cool. Yeah, we gonna be having the visual. We're putting that together right now. I think we're gonna be having that shot by Shooter Rick, who's done a few of my other videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, 2025, man, I'm in go mode. I'm gonna get mad addicted to this
Yeah.
even more, and we gonna just keep going tough, man. I got Gasface Records. I got Haiku. He's sending me some beat packs too. I'll be working on a project with Gasface, DJ Mega, and everybody out there. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of work right now with all my low brothers. That's
There's a
Kingdom
lot of
Come.
talent. There's a lot of talent in
Yeah,
your
man.
circles,
We
man.
all we need, man. We all we
Yeah.
need. So we gonna be going tough. XP is now gone back into his making beats again.
Yep.
So he said, hey, I'm gonna be sending you a folder soon. So yeah, man, expect a lot of music from me. A lot of music from me this year. A lot of music. The Lone Wolf project. Um, I believe Haiku said minus the silver and gold track will all be mixed and mastered by end of week. I know you out here on the west,
Yeah.
so we will be having the album release in my city of Southgate. So
So
I'll send you that invitation, man.
thank you, brother.
It's gonna be like mostly a special invite type of
Thank you,
event. You know what I'm saying?
brother.
So we got that project coming, man. But yeah, we working, and then other things too. Knack Ink, the clothing brand, is coming back again. Like I said, you know, I'm gonna be starting to bring that back out, pushing that out again. Like I said, we getting some other little, things together with that application process, so on and so forth. And yeah, man, I'm really excited, man. Like I said, I got great people in my corner. Um, and a lot of people, I mean, you too, man, having me on,
Thank you,
on your
brother.
platform. I was telling my wife, man, like,
Thank you, brother.
it's big to me because I will watch, and the caliber of people
Thank you, bro.
that I've watched here. And then when you were like, yo, you want, I was just like, me? Like, how do I fit? Okay, I fit in your eyes. So that means I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, man, you having me here is another like testing me to like is motivation, bro. Like
Thank you, brother.
you see something in me, and you're so well versed in all this. Like I stopped looking at the haters like, oh, you're whack, or you're old, or you're this, and I'm like, the people over here are the ones that I need to be listening to,
Yeah,
you
brother.
know. And I have a lot of people like that in my corner right now, man, that are pushing me, and they're like, yo, this is your time right now. Go,
Yeah.
keep running. Like,
It's no
nigga, your
time.
name is the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not
Yeah.
busting through this
You
walls?
know how the juggernaut runs through the. Yeah, that's right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta keep remembering that the name Juggernaut, my brother named me that. My graph name is Jazz.
Okay.
All my homies, they don't call me Jazz. They're like, yo, Jazzo, come here. That's where the Jazzo came from.
Okay.
So Jazzo. When I started to rap, I was telling my brother, like, I don't know what name, like, coming up with a rap name is crazy. Like, how do you come up with a name that?
Yeah.
And he was like, after a while, he was like, Jazzle the Juggernaut. I was like, man, that's the stupidest name in the world. Like, why would you even come
It's
up with
dope.
something dumb like that? And he's like, nah, think about it. Everything that you've been through and keep going through in life, you just keep fucking going,
Yeah.
bro. He's like, you don't stop. Like, you just go. Like, you break through, like you've been through so much. And I was like, damn. Now, if you would have started that conversation with that, it
Right.
would have hit. But now I get you.
Yeah.
Now I get you. And the more I keep doing this and living as Jazoe Da Juggernaut, I actually, even if I read the story of Marco Kane, like, I really am him. And
So
and it's weird, you know what I'm saying? So like, I just like you said, I just gotta keep busting through these walls, man,
bro.
and move the way I move, and that's it. I got great people in my corner that want to see me win, and then are actually being a part. See people wanting to, see you win is one thing, but people actually wanting to be a part of
Yes.
that process. My boy Sachi tells me all the time, don't disrespect none of
Mm,
us by stopping.
that's good.
We've done, we've put so much into you, our heart and everything, that it'll be disrespectful to us if you quit now.
That's dope.
And I'm like, damn, you put that on my shoulder? Like, like, but I get it though, because it's true. Like, you guys believe in me. So for me to just be like, I don't want to do this no more, it is disrespectful to you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I do.
yeah, I'm good.
I know what you mean. Like there's people invested in your success. You know what I'm saying? They're invested in your success. They want to see you win, and they want to see you win so much that they're contributing. And everybody contributes in a different way. And in some way, you're accountable to that.
Definitely.
You gotta try your hardest.
No half stepping. If you putting your all into me, like if you're putting more into me than I'm putting into myself, there is a real problem here. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, man, I'm just trying to, do me, man, live my life, take care of my family,
Yeah.
um, and um, live out what I'm loving, man. And I've always loved, like I started from the beginning, I've always loved music,
Yes.
and now being able to create music, and not only that, like, I was kind of trying to avoid it because I get like right now going through some stuff with him, and it's getting emotional, but like that song Mijo.
Yeah.
I wrote that song for my son, man, that went to prison.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to him, but I was really speaking to me too.
Yeah.
Because people like to hold me. Don't let them tell you can't change, mijo. That you'll always be the
Yeah.
same, mijo. Like people like to still hold me to that person that I was.
That's right.
And that's how people hold that power over me.
Yeah.
By constantly like, you remember you did this, you did that, you did, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm not him no
That's right.
more. I might look like him, but that's not me no more.
Yeah.
So when he got into his trouble, I knew what was going to happen when you come home.
Yeah.
You're a felon. You're going to be looking for jobs. People ain't going to accept you because of your record,
Yeah.
what you've done, so on and so forth. But don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
And that song came from a pack that they sent me. And I sat on them beats, man, for XP sent me that.
Wow.
And I sat on them for a long time. And one day I was just running through them, and that song came, and that, like, those words just came out. Don't let them tell you can't. It just came out, and I was like, "Yo, that's wow. Let me build on this." And what up, SoCal? And that's where that song Mijo came from, and it was just me talking to my son, and it's a trip because I perform that song every set, everywhere I go. And we were saying about the music and like what it does for people, telling my story.
Yep.
When I performed that song and I first started performing it, people was coming up to me. I had a dude, man, I'm talking full-fledged gang member.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why is this guy coming to me? What's about to happen?
Right.
And he came to me and he grabbed my shoulder and he started crying. And he said, bro, I'm having problems with my son right now.
Wow.
Now I know how to talk to him. You helped me. I was listening to you. And I was like, damn, this song is doing something.
Yeah.
It's playing right now in Texas, in Dallas radio.
That's dope.
Accomplice has been playing it for the last, I'll say we're going on a year now.
Wow.
Every Wednesday it's on FM radio. They play it on Dallas radio. And I went to Dallas one time and I performed for a show for him. And obviously nobody knew who I was. And then I went and started performing Mijo, and people started singing in the audience.
They know that song.
And I was like, what? And he's like, I told you. And I'm like, yo, so people are like, yo, I didn't know you're the one that sings that song. And I was like, yeah. And everybody's response to that song is the exact same. Yo, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
You touched me with that song. And that's something that pushes me to want to keep making more music. There's somebody out there that is watching this or that will watch this that may have had a drug problem,
For sure.
or may have a drug problem,
Yeah.
or may have something that they can relate to with me, that I can help them with my experience or how I got out of it.
Absolutely.
So if I could do that with my music and tell you my story and be so open book about it to where a person can feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I've had people call me like, hey man, like, can you think you could, I don't know, I don't really know you at all, I just follow you on Instagram, but you think I could just talk to you real quick? And I'm like, yeah, cool, like, what's up, like, what you need to talk about? So, you know, on the back end, bro, I get to talk to a lot of people that will not open up to anybody, but they hear something or they see something on my post and it makes them reach out to me. And to me, everything is about paying it forward. You know what I'm saying? And if I can help somebody else somehow in life, then I'm with it. I'm with it. So I'm gonna keep doing this music, man, and putting my heart out. I'm gonna give y'all my heart, and I'm gonna give y'all some bars too when needed. You know what I'm saying?
That's so dope. Jazoe, my bro, thank you so much for opening up about your story. I'm really excited about the new album. When that joint drops, we got to run it back. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that we do the promo properly.
Appreciate
My
that,
bro, it's been an honor to have you on the Cristopolis show.
man. It's been an honor to be on the
Thank you.
show. Real
Bro.
talk, brother.
Thank you.
Real talk.
Thank you, my bro. When the album drop and you do the release, send me location. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
Got
Yeah. Yeah, brother.
got you. You would
Yeah.
definitely be a part of it,
Thank you
man.
so
Definitely be a part of it.
much, bro.
Again, man, you have a wonderful platform.
Thank you, bro.
What you're doing is amazing for the culture. I would like to thank you for what you're doing. I would like to thank you for the time that you've given me to be able to come here, talk about what I'm doing, tell my story, and all that, man. Like I said, man, people in my circle, they also speak highly. Benny Blanco speaks very
Thank
highly of you.
you,
A lot
bro.
of people, man. You're doing some great stuff, man. I appreciate everything you do, man. Thank you.
Thank you, my bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, my bro. It's an honor, my bro, to have you on the Cristopolis show, and we're gonna run it back. And I know that 2025 is gonna be an amazing year for you. I think everybody who sees this and the clips from this are gonna be excited to hear that Lone Wolf album, to hear the new voice when the new music comes out. You know what I'm saying? And you have a success story,
Thank
bro.
you.
You're doing nothing but going, straight up. You got the right values, and you're an inspiration for a lot of people.
Thank you, brother. I already hit rock bottom. I don't like it down there. We're trying to go up.
That's right, brother. Only one direction to go.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So salute, my bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, my bro.
Love.
Peace.